This is Everson Griffin with the Minnesota Vikings. I'm here with Coudjo and Clay, and you're watching Outside the Box.
Good afternoon. Welcome to a half an hour of love here on Valentine's Day. Special edition of Outside the Box. I am the host, Clay Hurlbutt. With me is a panel that is in love with each other. Luke Teskey, first time joining us. Pleasure to have you.
How's it going, Clay?
I'm doing great. Coudjo Ameg Blame.
I don't know how much I love all of you guys. That's not me, but you know, I'm good to be back.
Do they celebrate Valentine's Day in France?
I'm pretty sure it's the world's holiday.
It's the world's holiday. Okay, Jason, how are you doing?
I'm great.
Great.
Not in love with these guys. But
Not in love with these guys.
Yeah.
You're in love with me though, so that's good. All right.
I don't know about that either.
Yeah,
we talk about typically what we want to talk about for the show, but I'm gonna throw a curveball. You guys didn't know this was coming. Michael Jordan, LeBron James. What's the comparison? Who's better? Let's talk about it. Jason, we'll start with you.
Is that a real?
I love this open. This is great. There's no doubt it's Michael Jordan. Isn't that right, Coudjo?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. He's got 6 NBA rings. We all talk about that as being a great monitor of greatness, and he'll always be MJ. He'll be the one guy in the NBA that he's the greatest of all time. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. No, he set the bar. He set the bar really high. As we're seeing right now, nobody's better than Michael Jordan. You cannot. It's not a relevant question
Hold on.
Michael Jordan has done his career. His career is over.
Welcome back to planet Earth.
No. His career is over. LeBron's is not. And people got to stop comparing them to. Anyways, Michael Jordan was a different player. He was a scorer. He made everybody go after him. He scored first and get everybody up. LeBron's not that kind of player. LeBron got his teammates first and then get his points. 2 different players. So I think we should stop comparing them because Michael Jordan will never be LeBron as much as LeBron will never be Michael Jordan. So as far as this conversation goes, as for now, Jordan is the best player of all time. Keyword, as for now.
Jordan did it with less
You
in
think
Chicago.
You think he could be surpass Michael Jordan?
Anybody could. I just don't like the idea that our society is so close-minded that we've been brainwashed by his level of greatness. That so much.
Our society has been brainwashed when it comes to other things. I don't think basketball is one of them.
No, I'm talking about Michael Jordan's level of greatness.
Like politics,
No,
maybe.
we feel like nobody can ever be better, which is literally it's not right.
You know, that was a good point. I'm going to come back to your point and tear you apart. But Tessa, what do you think?
Michael Jordan for sure. He had the will to win, and LeBron has been questioned for that when he walked off the court with Cleveland. But like Coudjo said before, they're 2 different players. I don't know if you can compare them, but yeah. Michael Jordan if you had to.
You know, Teskey makes a great point because if you just want to look at stats and all this stuff and just compare them for talent-wise, LeBron's probably got more talent. But I hate when people talk about talent because it's one of the dumbest things. The separation of talent and skill is among the biggest problems in our country because people look at talent and say that that's skill. Skill is hours and hours and hours working on your craft and being great at it. Talent is just something you're given. So I think LeBron is as talented as anybody, but was he better than Michael Jordan? No way.
Did you just mention LeBron as in not a hard worker?
No, I never said he's not a hard worker. I said he's got more physical gifts than Michael Jordan.
He earned it.
But the reason Michael Jordan is better is this thing that you can't measure. It's in here. Michael Jordan had more heart. You couldn't measure the heart of Michael Jordan. LeBron, you can say whatever you want. And he went to Miami. It is what it is. That's done.
Get over it. People got to get over it at some point.
Yeah, I'm over it. But my point is, that still happened. And when you're talking about the greats of all time, and if you're talking about who's better, you're supposed to nitpick. So we have those things there to nitpick. And then I look at it, and this is the reason I wore my Beatles shirt here today for you, Coudjo, to try to use it as a metaphor. Will there be a band someday that'll be better than the Beatles? Maybe, but will there be a band that will ever have the impact and the legacy of the Beatles? Not a chance, because they changed the world. Michael Jordan changed the game forever. LeBron hasn't changed the game. He just plays it better than everybody else.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point in all categories, but my biggest problem is comparing them. I know Jordan's better than him, but you should not compare them. LeBron
Coudjo,
even tweeted that this morning.
This is a sports talk show. This is what we do.
I'm not MJ. I'm LJ. Stop comparing two players that aren't.
What's that? What do their initials have to do with it?
That's the meaning of it. Meanings they have two different games. If you see Jordan play and you see LeBron, this is big difference.
Okay, but look, I agree with you that it's tough to compare him, and I don't think it's fair to LeBron because you're never going to live up to it.
Right.
You know, he's never going to be able to live up to being Michael Jordan. He's a different guy.
Different guy.
But we're going to compare them because this is a sports talk show. This is America, free society where you can do what you want. People are gonna compare the greats of all time, right? People talk about presidents, who their favorite president is for different reasons. But what stinks for LeBron is him coming in and having be compared to Michael Jordan is like in Obama's first term, people saying he has to be Abraham Lincoln, as good as Abraham Lincoln or else, you know what I mean? And that's a tough thing to live up to because I don't think you can live up to being Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think maybe the biggest difference there is between the two is Jordan got it done with whoever was on his team.
He definitely did less than more. He did more with less than compared to anybody in NBA history because Dennis Rodman was a great rebounder. Scottie Pippen was great on defense, but that team was completely built around the way he played the game, and they didn't. I mean, come on, Luke Longley, and before Jordan won championships, you had to have a great center to win. Look at the history of the NBA. It was all Lakers, Celtics, Pistons. Now, you had to have a You had to have a center to win.
LeBron will always be remembered for having to team up with 3 All-Stars to form.
And that's not necessarily a black mark on his resume. That's just like, to me, like handing over your trump card, handing over your Jordan card.
You just made that point that Jordan had those players in. Why is it different when we're talking about the same thing with LeBron?
Because those guys went to Michael Jordan's team. Those guys went to Michael Jordan's team to be part of that.
When did Jordan win his first championship? 91, right?
Yeah.
Before that, what did he do? He got beat up at the Pistons.
And that's a great point. Here's my point.
Why? He didn't have those players.
The people that the teams that he had to go through to beat in the 80s was unbelievable compared to what LeBron had to go through. People
are like, do it, right?
LeBron took Cleveland to the finals. I'll give you that. You know what he did? You know who he beat to get there? The Pistons, who didn't even have Ben Wallace anymore, who were just goofing around the whole time and guaranteeing victories. He didn't have to be anybody good to go through it. Michael Jordan played in the golden era to try to get through all those people. And once he got through, then the league, the overall talent level wasn't where it is now, where it was in the 80s. But the people he had to go through, Larry Bird,
Lakers,
the Pistons, the Showtime Lakers.
Have it your way. The way I look at it, the past, sometimes people try to live in the past too much. At some point, there are legends and there is talents right now. So appreciate what you have right now and stop trying to make everybody like somebody else.
Yeah,
it's just not right.
If you don't look at the past, you keep making the same mistakes.
Well,
and you got to understand, they had hand checking back when Michael Jordan played.
Not this referee stuff. I think we got to move on. Let's not blame it on the referees. If you're good, you're going to win.
I'm not blaming it on the referees.
If you're bad, you're not going to win.
I'm blaming it on David Stern.
Basketball is simple.
But I'm saying
somebody's better than you.
It's really hard to compare stats from back then to now because of the way the game is appreciated.
The game has changed.
It's so soft compared to what it was. You used to be able to tackle people, and they might not even call it technical. Now, team up, team up. That's how it goes.
Well.
All right, so obviously I threw a curveball for you guys there right now. I just wanted to catch Coudjo off his feet, and it worked clearly. Now I want to talk about the NHL. Are the Blackhawks the best team right now? They are 10-0-3, pretty much beating everybody in clean house. Tessie, what do you think?
Yes, they are. They're averaging over 3 goals a game while only letting barely 2. Their penalty kill is really killing it with 91.5%. So that's barely letting any during the penalty kill. Which is really unbelievable right now. But they've actually won every game they've scored first. They've won. So I think if you get behind the Blackhawks, you're going to lose. So there's a lot of season left. 13 games only in, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are the best team based on record. You know, if you're going to go based off records, They're the best team. They have 23 points, only 10 wins and 2 overtime losses. And I feel the need to mention one by losing to Minnesota Wild, but they have a .17 differential, which is the best in the NHL. And I mean, if you look at all the numbers and you add them up, they're the best team by far. But I shouldn't say by far, but by a pretty huge margin, you know.
And
So-
is it a surprise to you that they're out here? Like, are they one
I
of
mean,
the teams
I
you
was-
didn't expect to be?
I mean, they're always in the top teams, but I didn't think they'd be number one. I was kind of thinking Pittsburgh, maybe Washington or New York, but
Yeah, I think it's not a surprise. The Blackhawks are ahead right now. I think they are definitely the best team right now. But does it mean anything? It means very little. We're only a quarter of the way into the NHL season, and last year we had an 8 seed. Kings came into the playoffs, and they ended up taking Lord Stanley's Cup. So, I mean, if Crawford's been doing good in goal, he's only allowing 1.6 about a game, and Kane and Taves scoring a lot. So, I think they keep it up. Yeah, they're the best team in the NHL, no doubt. But the NHL, you never know what's going to happen.
You all made valid points. Jason, I know I always make that argument. It doesn't matter right now, but it's different because it's a team that has a championship pedigree that we've seen win the Stanley Cup before with this group of guys than if it was, I'll even say the Wild, because they haven't been there before. So if the Wild started out really hot, then I might be like, oh, you know, young team, they haven't been there before. But this is a team with championship pedigree. So if you're a team in the Western Conference, I'd be a little worried right now because this is looking a lot like the 2019 that won it all because they have the depth in the third and the fourth lines and the goaltending. As long as the goaltending isn't bad, the Blackhawks are going to be there the whole season. So they're the best team right now. Does that mean they'll continue to be the best team? I don't know. I think so. I don't see why they shouldn't win the Stanley Cup this year. They have the best front line in the NHL. As long as you have, and Patrick Kane's probably the MVP so far. So, but obviously the Western Conference is tough. You got Vancouver, maybe the Wild sneak in there. You can't sleep on Detroit ever. So let's move into the All-Star Weekend. What kind of changes would you guys like to see for the contest? Would you scratch the whole thing? Would you add some other skills competition? Teskey, we'll start with you.
Well, it definitely needs to change. We need bigger names in there. It's not as interesting as it used to be. Winning the dunk contest doesn't really mean anything to anybody anymore. So I really think that to get the big names, we should have a prize for the winner. Either money, even though they have money already.
Like Alexis or what?
Maybe. That's what it takes. But in my eyes, I think they should do money for a charity. Whichever player wins gets picked to charity. I think that's some way to get back to the community as well
That's
as
a great idea.
as well as get bigger names to get in there just for the charity purpose. But I think people are scared to get hurt. But it's just a dunk contest. What can happen?
It's really lost a lot of. It's very flat compared to what it used to be. I think we can all agree on that.
The 90s with Jordan, Vince
Yeah.
Carter, Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins, human highlight.
Febreze,
I mean,
what do you think?
we want to see, big stars like Tess said right there, I want to see LeBron, Blake Griffin. Imagine if both of them actually were in the dunk contest going against each other. I would start thinking about back in the 90s when Jordan and Wilkins went against each other. Crazy dunks. One guy goes one, the other guy stops it, and stuff like that. That's what people like to see. So, I mean, this year you see Terrence Ross, Eric Bledsoe, guys like that. I mean, they're good dunkers, but they're not big superstars. I need stars that can dunk and be flashy with it. So I think that charity stuff is a good idea that actually gets some players, this is good for my charity. I should do it and help out some people. I think it'd be good.
Yeah, I think it's still interesting, but these guys in the dunk contest, I don't even know if any of them are like legit starters in the NBA.
I don't even know how good they'd be in BAC.
But I love the charity idea to get some all-stars and some real all-stars in the dunk contest. And as far as the actual all-star game, it's great seeing the high scoring and stuff, but if they could play a little more defense and
Try a little bit
make it a
better.
little more interesting. I'm not sure what they'd come up for as incentive to make it a little more interesting. But
Okay. Well, I think the All-Star contests are about as boring as they've ever been. I mean, who is in the dunk contest this year? I don't even know. And I think, what if we had, like, next year, like, Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose, like, two athletic point guards, or LeBron and whoever,
Blake
Kevin
Griffin.
Durant, Blake Griffin. It's so lame right now.
Yeah.
Who cares about any of these names? They're a bunch of scrubs. They need to. I propose this. Why don't we have the captain of the East and West All-Star teams, right? Have them decide on a guy from each team representing. So there'd be one person from the Western Conference in the dunk contest, one person from the East, fill in the rest with people. And it doesn't have to be All-Stars, but that way you have 2 All-Stars, so at least some decent names, make it more exciting. And I think it bothers me LeBron and guys like that aren't going in and joining the dunk contest.
Yeah,
They're so
definitely.
scared what the Twitter world thinks
Right.
about them. I mean, it's supposed to be about being a competitor and putting on a show for the fans.
Definitely, yeah, I agree with that.
What is the point? You're there and you're watching. You might as well participate in it. I mean, he's so worried about losing. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, he wants everybody to like. You can't live off of what other people think of you
Yeah.
all the time. People are gonna hate you. People are gonna love you.
Just
What
go
you
put
gonna
on a
do?
show. I don't
you
care
can
if
only
they win
control
or
yourself.
not.
So no
Does
one
it-
cares if you win.
Is the dunk
Entertain us.
contest really about winning? No.
It's just entertainment. Entertain people. That's all.
exactly.
That's all that
And
matters.
one of the good ideas they have had is for that Rising Stars game. I know still nobody watches it, but
I
they have-
It's Friday night, so that's tough. But if I'm gonna watch anything the whole weekend, I'll probably watch that in the celebrity game.
yeah, because now they have Charles Barkley and Shaq pick their teams.
Right, dude.
And
That's at least interesting.
It's at least it's fun to watch and see those guys coach.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Come
yeah.
on, Shaq.
All right, so with that, we're gonna pick our winners for the contest. Jason, 3-point shootout. Who you got?
I got Kyrie Irving. Uncle Drew is gonna get some
All right.
buckets.
I got Steve Novak going back to the New York Knicks. Novak is gonna win.
2 mistakes right there. Stephon Curry's taking it.
Okay.
I am also gonna go with Steph Curry. Clear
Oh, boy.
victory with the little sleeve jersey.
Horrible jersey.
Why,
Yeah.
why are they doing
Horrible
that?
jersey.
You can wear a shirt on.
All right, how about the always lovely skills competition? Teskey, who you got?
Tony Parker.
Parker.
Damian Lillard, rookie from Portland. He's
D
put up
Rose is
18 a
injured,
game.
not in this one. I don't even know who's in it. I'll go Tony Parker.
Oh,
All right,
you guys are gonna
Dunk
regret
the dunk
that.
contest with nobody good in it. Jason, who you got?
I'm taking Gerald Green. I still remember when he did the blow out the candle dunk on the rim.
Yeah.
And he'll come up with something good.
He's one of the highest jumpers in the league. He jumps rim high, and I'm going with Eric Bledsoe versus Terrence Ross. I think they're gonna be the top 2 guys, and I think Terrence Ross wins it. He's a great dunker. He's a really good dunker.
Terrence Ross all the way.
Terrence Ross wins with a backwards monkey dunk
Yeah.
and blows out
dunk.
something on the rim.
Well, hey, why don't we pick for that celebrity game? MVP.
Okay.
I think
What?
it's interesting.
All right,
you guys know who
you want to go
participated?
MVP? I'm going to go
Who's in?
Common from Chicago.
Common.
Definitely going to win.
Usain Bolt is in there. Kevin Hart.
Okay, Usain Bolt is...
You did too much research
Kevin
on
Hart's
this
like
already.
Mutombo.
Kevin Hart's like 5'5".
You won
I don't
MVP
know
last
about
year.
him.
Mutombo's back.
Ryan
Mutombo's
Russillo
fine.
on ESPN's on there. I
I'm
think
picking
he's
Maya
pretty
Moore.
good.
I'm picking Maya Moore for MVP. Moore's in it.
Neo's in it.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. He's a little guy.
Yeah,
MVP?
yeah.
I'll go with Common.
Go Common.
I'm
all
going
right.
Maya
Oh,
Moore.
man.
MVP.
She's in it?
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Good choice.
She's gonna
Maybe.
kill it. Yeah.
Depends on how hard she tries. So,
Yeah.
all right. So we did that. Now I want you guys to make your all NBA team. Now this is not players from right now. This is everybody. So you could pick LeBron. Obviously, you could pick Michael Jordan. You could pick David Robinson. You could pick somebody from the 50s. I don't care. Best players of all, best starting lineup of all time. Teskey, who you got? 5 through 1.
Michael Jordan. 6 rings, 5 MVPs, 10 scoring titles, 30.1 points per game.
So that's your first guy you'd pick.
First pick,
Okay.
right off the bat. Then, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
All right.
6
going with the big
titles,
guy,
6
all right.
MVPs, all-time scoring leader. Got to pick him. Kobe Bryant. As much as I'm not a huge Kobe fan, but 5 titles,
So where are you fitting Kobe in your lineup right now?
going guard.
You're gonna put him up.
Okay,
point?
so you're not a natural point guard. That's fine.
No,
That
no.
works. 2
But-
guards. Okay.
They both can dribble, so we'll have to
Alright,
put him in
alright.
there. But 6 in scoring, fastest at 25,000. Really wants to win, so I think he'd be a good pick. Forwards, Elgin Baylor.
Oh,
10-time NBA
throwback.
first team.
All right.
Wow.
38.3 points per game. You need to score to win. So
You're gonna have a lot of
finally,
scores on that. team.
finally, LeBron James.
Oh.
I don't know how
dear.
Kobe and LeBron would fit together, but 2 MVPs,
lots of scores
27.
on that team. You could have LeBron run
Oh.
point guard. That'd be
Yeah,
There
LeBron
you
should
go.
be the point guard. That makes
Whatever
sense.
works, you know. but
Teskey's got the scoring team.
all-around player, can shoot from anywhere.
All right, what's your team name?
The Teskinators.
The Teskinators. All right, Coudjo.
I'm gonna start with. Are we going by order, like your number one pick? Right
Man,
now?
give me 5 guys that can be on a basketball team.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna start with MJ as a shooting guard.
All right.
Michael Jordan, obviously, and the other MJ, Magic Johnson, as a point guard, best point guard of all time. Small forward, I was kind of nitpicking between LeBron and Bird, but I think LeBron's better relatively in every category. Like, if you want to compare everything going into the game.
Every category.
No, like total package.
okay.
So LeBron's better than Bird in that point of view. So I picked LeBron for small forward. Tim Duncan, best power forward of all time. I'm picking Duncan. He's clutch. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, scoring leader. He's gonna score, get those hook shots back in. That's my team.
Korean hook shot.
Oh,
The hook back in.
Jason, who is your... Oh, wait, Coudjo, what's your team name?
The icy team. We ice.
Napoleon's French dictators. All right, Jason, who you got?
Well, Korean hookshot didn't make it onto my team. I'll start at center. I got Shaq. I had a tough time picking him, but I think Kareem and Wilt, they played against... it was different basketball back then.
Kareem played into the 80s.
And yeah, he did, but I'm going to take Shaq. He's just so huge. Power forward was the toughest position for me to pick. I said Tim Duncan, though. Karl Malone definitely deserves his props. He's awfully close. Small forward, LeBron James. He can do it all. Coudjo, I know you're happy I said that.
It's just the
Then
facts.
shooting guard, there's no question, Michael Jordan, best player of all time. And point guard, Magic Johnson. I can't believe... Wait, you took Magic Johnson, didn't you?
We basically have the same team.
You guys are... Oh, wait, what's your team name, Jace?
My team doesn't need a name.
Ho
beyond
hockey.
Ooh, look at the.
You gonna work with Shaq and his free throws though?
Mr. Big Shot over here.
You gotta teach some free throw shooting to Shaq.
All right, well, I clearly have the best team, and my team's name is Public Enemy. We got Michael Jordan as shooting guard. It's over right there. I mean, I'll take Michael Jordan, four janitors at a high school, and we're going to win.
I believe that's
Point guard, I got Magic Johnson. If D Rose wasn't hurt, maybe D Rose, but I think Magic Johnson's definitely a better passer. He's above him. All right, I was kidding about the D Rose. But I'm going Magic Johnson at point guard. Small forward. You guys are crazy. Not one of you picks Larry Bird. Really?
It's all the facts, Clay. We're
What
not
do you mean
we're
it's
not
on
blinded.
the facts? 4 championships.
Oh.
That's the facts.
You're going to have Larry Bird man up on LeBron James?
Bro, guess what? Larry Bird would trash talk LeBron out of his shoes.
Trash talk and do what? You gotta play. At the end of the day, you gotta play, Clay.
If Jason Terry can trash talk LeBron, I'm pretty sure Larry Bird could.
LeBron would go right by him.
Krebs
Right
would
by
agree
him.
with me on this.
That's
Larry
the
Bird is
pass.
a much better shooter. He
he's
shot
a
free
better
throws
shooter,
better.
that's
That's about it.
You
He's a
gotta have
better
a team
shooter.
that fits in together.
Jordan is
I
the
think I got
scorer.
it.
That's it. That's all we need.
Larry Bird
Jordan
can do
and-
one thing. He could shoot.
That's
LeBron can do it all. He can do it all.
Yeah, 3-point contest. Whoosh.
We don't need it.
I'm taking Larry
let him
Bird.
finish. Just finish
I'm
your
taking
thing.
Larry Bird, and just as good of a rebounder. Everyone keeps forgetting that Larry Bird, he had a great post game too.
What about the
And he
passing?
played in an era, once again, where they actually played defense, and they were tough on you, and they could hand check. LeBron plays in an area where he goes down to the lane and bowls into people, and they're like, oh, 2 free throws for LeBron. That's great. I mean, no wonder he's shooting 60%. Can't be that hard
Get
when
it
you get
right,
all the calls.
75.
So, yeah. Small forward, I got Larry Bird. Power forward, Tim Duncan. I couldn't even think about anybody else. Don't give me Karl Malone. Tim Duncan's the man. Probably the most boring basketball player I've ever seen in my life, but he was
the
good.
best boring basketball player.
Yes, the best boring basketball player ever. And center, I'm going Kareem. Basically unstoppable. The hook shot. He made it every time. Couldn't stop him. Great post game. Played good defense. Won a lot of championships. 6 MVPs. So I'll go Kareem. All right. So after getting through all this stuff, all this basketball stuff, let's move into baseball. Do you think that there should be a salary cap in Major League Baseball? Obviously, there's not one right now. Jason, we'll start with you.
No, they don't. I don't think they need one. Salary cap mostly it's put in place in leagues to promote parity, make sure that certain teams don't control the league. But that's a fact in the other leagues too. The NBA has a salary cap. They're still dominated by big markets, and MLB teams are finding success even when they fall to the bottom. Washington Nationals were at the bottom of the league a couple years ago. They were in first place in the National League for a while last year with Bryce Harper and Strasburg healthy. And I think it's kind of the American way. Promote capitalism. Don't limit these teams if they want to spend their money and go out and win.
Don't tell that to the government.
I think they should have a hard salary cap. If NFL, if Tom Brady's gonna make 18, if Tom Brady's gonna make 18 millions and Alex Rodriguez make 28 million, that is a disgrace to our nation. Are you kidding me? That's a disgrace. No. If Tom Brady's gonna get sacked 10 times a game or whatever it is, that's obviously a high number. But Josh Hamilton, 25 million. Frank Hernandez, 25 million. Ryan Howard, 25. Zach Greinke, 24 and a half. This is a joke. It's like we just, come play for us. Here's all my money. Take it all. What is this? Make him earn the money. Make him earn it. Ask Alex Rodriguez. He got all that contract. What did he do? He disappointed the Yankees, all their fans. No one likes him now.
What is your point?
Okay.
My point is, don't just give away money. Make him earn it. You don't.
Can't even. What is wrong with you?
No, I'm serious. What's with all this money given out to players that don't deserve it?
We live in America. Free enterprise. That's the
Free
point. You can do
enterprise.
what you want with your money.
They're not just going to tell them after the season, okay, you get $10 for each hit, $100 for each home run.
That's like saying Bill
Welcome
Gates
to
can't
the
buy a
real
car.
world.
Okay. I understand, right?
They got the money. They should be able to spend it.
No, NFL got money. Why do you think they'll have a hard salary cap?
Do people make the baseball idiots that are the owners spend the money? Or do they do it themselves?
They do it themselves because the
then
league
the
doesn't do
conversation
anything
is
about
done
it,
with that.
which is bad. Yeah.
And you shouldn't be comparing him to Tom Brady either. After endorsements, Tom Brady is probably making double.
Endorsements, that's
double what
individual.
any of those
No,
guys are making.
That's totally different. You don't compare endorsements to salary. Salary is different.
These guys play 10
That's
times
what you
more
do on the
games
field.
than Tom Brady.
Baseball players are fat. They're on the field on their knees and then cry the day after, oh, I have a hamstring. Get up. You play baseball, there's no physical activity. I feel bad.
Oh my goodness.
They don't deserve to. They should barely be making 15 million. The best
my
player.
gosh,
Who
Coudjo.
they're on the best player. Chris. I don't like it.
Soccer players don't
Not
deserve
about
anything.
what they deserve
Soccer
to,
team,
to
no.
be paid. It's about what the market says and what they get paid. It doesn't matter what you deserve to get. What are they going to have some lawyer be like, this guy batted .298, he had 32 homers and
Joe Mauer is a
104
great
RBIs.
example. A catcher making 23 million. He does some squats. He's a catcher. The day after, he's like, I have soreness in my
Oh,
knee.
love to see
you
it.
are-
Love to see
Joe
it.
Mauer is disgrace. The whole baseball.
You are unbelievable.
All of it.
Oh, Coudjo, get up and leave.
come
Get
out
up
of your
and
mouth
leave.
because
This is
I can't even-
ridiculous.
They don't
deal with me
deserve
anymore.
any of the money they're getting. They don't deserve
What
it.
is your solution?
The most surprising part is you haven't brought up LeBron yet and told me that he only makes $15 million a year.
I know I should, but I don't want to get into that. We don't have enough time for all that.
Coudjo,
We don't have enough time for all that. Come on.
who cares how much they get paid?
How do you not? You pay money to go see players, right? And then Joe Mauer is gonna tell me I have a sore knee because I did some squats yesterday playing
First of
catcher.
all, I don't
So
have,
move me
I
to
wouldn't
first
ha-
base
if
or
you're
I
asking
bench
me,
myself.
I would never have season tickets for baseball.
Exactly.
But it's
What
not
I'm saying.
because of
It's
that.
horrible. I feel bad for the fans that actually still go. Come on.
All right.
Well, exactly.
Fantastic.
All those fans that go are the reason these guys
Yes.
make the money.
Well, which is why it's hard for me to believe these fans are actually still getting up and
That's
watch those
because
players
you're
not showing
French
up.
and soccer was your native sport.
Let's move on. I think we should
6,000 a game. That's
We should move on.
You guys
Tesky,
stand
what do you
there
think?
doing an occasional sprint.
We'll let somebody else talk
All right.
besides.
Well, no salary cap.
No salary.
No
cap.
salary.
All right.
Wow.
You got money, you should be able to spend it. You're telling me that Bill Gates, how much money does he have? You're telling me he shouldn't be able to buy a car because I can't afford a car? No.
That's not the point. That's
It's-
a bad
I will
example.
say
That is a
no.
great example. How is that not a great example?
Because this is sports. Fans have to go, right, before these players get their contract based off their owners. Bill Gates made his company, and he's making money, and so on and so on. This is total. You should not even make that comparison.
No, I
it's
made
not
the comparison.
valid. But go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Salary cap. No.
All right, no.
All right. Well,
It just makes the small teams harder to win, which I know is difficult, but they just got to play a different game than everybody else. Find new ways to win.
So you're fine with the Yankees spending money?
Yes.
And
when
spend
was
money
the
on
last
any
time the
player
Yankees
they
won the
want.
World
Yankees have
Series?
struggled to win a
Yes.
World Series. They
These
gotta get
guys,
to the
Aaron
playoffs.
Wright hasn't shown up, which is my exact
Yeah,
point.
you take the
Aaron Wright's
risk.
making
No.
almost 30 mil and not playing.
That's their fault. They
Exactly. So
took
it's
the
the Yankees'
risk. They
fault
took
for
the risk to
spending
sign him.
So you
28
tell me
million a
MLB
year?
should not punish you for spending money just because you have it?
No.
Coudjo, do you know who
It's
the
bad for the
I wanna-
whole the
serious
the
question,
league's-
serious
the league's
question.
economic, never
Coudjo?
mind.
Do you know who the owner of the Royals is?
I don't care about that.
Now, I'm going to explain to you why. Because the Royals are widely recognized as the worst organization in
They
sports.
probably are.
Their owner is the owner of Walmart. Isn't that funny? One of the most valuable corporations in the world. In the world.
Do you know?
I would say Fortune 500, but they're in the Fortune 5. Okay? And their team sucks, and they don't spend any money. And people can say it's because from the small market. It's because their owners don't care.
The team payroll. Do you know their team payroll? You know,
Because the
3 years
owner
ago-
doesn't care about winning. It's not because they're in a small market. The Twins owners are the second richest owners in professional sports behind Walmart guy. But they suck. You know why? Because they don't care about winning. They just want to make money. The people that want to win are going to win.
And so then I guess you're saying we should blame the fans because the owner is not spending
I'm not
the right
saying,
money.
what I'm saying
but the
is
fans still watch 'em.
you shouldn't make people that care about winning sink down to the level of the idiots from the Royals and Twins. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I mean,
So that enough with that topic. Thank you for joining us again. We'll see you next week on another Thursday edition. You can follow us on Twitter at seldom__scene or check out our Facebook page at outsidethebox.burnsville. We'll see you again next week and have a happy Valentine's Day. Spread the love.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Woo. Let's get it on. Ah, baby. Let's get it on. Let's love, baby. Let's get it on.